So very good morning, my dear students. So today we are going to continue with the third part of the apiculture, right? Third part of the apiculture. For the last two classes, we were discussing about the many aspects in the apiculture. So the terminologies used in the apiculture, economical importance of the apiculture, the different caste systems in the apiculture, the age determinant polytheisms of the apiculture, life cycle of apiculture, and the chemical communications of the apiculture. So today we are going to continue with the physical communication of the bees. As I discussed in the last class, the bees are communicating very effectively in two different ways. One is the chemical communications, means pheromones are involved for the communication. So other type of communication is we call it as a physical communication of bees. So physical communication is a wonderful phenomenon. So this is only found in the honeybees. This physical communication, we call it as a bee dance. So we can do the dance through the dancing mechanism. Other bees can understand, but what the bees, dancing bees, intend to interpret the information, right? So this is a discovery of this Carl von Fritsch. So the Canadian scientist in 1886 to 1982, this period in the Gulf University, he was working on the bee very closely, and he discovered this physical communication found in the bee, and he mentioned that this is called bee dance, right? So bee dance, thereafter in Australia worked on 1919. So 1919 in the European honeybees. So Apis mellifera to the feeders, it's artificially. So for the researching purposes, they found that the first believed bees use flowers, scents, and other odors to find the food sources. This is we call it as a chemical cues, right? So the food. So how they are sensing is a sensory organ. So we will discuss later the sensory organs found in the insect. So one of the sensory organs, they are receiving the signals by the emitting chemicals. We call it as a chemical cues. So these chemical cues act as an attractants in order attracting these insects, including bees, towards their sources, especially petal color. This is a physical cue. And chemical cues are the smells emitting from the nectar and the pollen, right? So nectar and pollen. So he began to pay close attention to the dance performed by the returning foragers. So as I discussed the last class, so there are different categories of bees, and the last stages of the worker bees, they are we call it as a scouting bees and foraging bees. The scouting bees, so their role is to go anywhere to search for the food, right? This is we call it as a scouting bees. Once the scouting bees find the food sources, they have to inform this information to the foraging bees, right? To who? The foraging bees. The foraging bees can go there and collecting these food and nectar, especially nectar and the pollen. Right? So the scouting bee, how they are going to transfer the information to the other foraging bees, we call it as a bee dance. This is performed by these scout bees, the foragers, returning foragers. Where scout bees are the one category of the foragers, right? Foraging bees. So dance is very precise with the varying tempo and the direction, like varying tempo and the directions. There are three different categories of the dance. So one dance is we call it as a round dance. Other one is we call it as a waggle dance, tail wagging dance or waggle dance. Other categories of dance we call it as a sickle dance. Sickle dance. Normally the round dance and sickle dance, it's not mentioned differently in different literatures. So they are in some literatures, it says only two dance, round dance and waggle dance. But there are three different categories of dance: round dance and waggle dance or tail wagging dance and sickle dance. If the food source is less than the 50 meter, If the literature is classifying the dances into two, they are mentioning the food source is less than 50 meter. But if the literature differentially mentioning the round dance and sickle dance in different, so they're mentioning the round dance is when the food source is less than 1 meter, right? Less than 1 meter. So bees are doing round dance. Bees are doing that. Round dance means scouting bees come back from the forage. These scouting bees, so go into the hive. So in the outside hive, they will move in a pattern. We call it as a round pattern. Here, these bees are moving in a pattern. We call it as a round pattern. Right? So I can annote it by these highlights. Right? So we call it as a round pattern. The rounding pattern, right? This round pattern is giving information. The food source is very closer to the foraging bees. Right? Food source is very close, but there is no direction. In this round dance, they are not giving any direction in which direction food source is there, in which direction food source is not. But they will bring some food, nectar from the source where they found that source. They will bring the nectar and just give them to the foragers, taste, smell. Why? So because they know, they want to know that where the food source is not. So that's what they give the sample, right? To sample the taste. Once they taste it, so they will follow the dances, round dance, scouting bee. Some of the members will be there in the home. We call it as a dance follower, right? Dance for the university or somewhere in the welcome party, or one person first started to dance, right? Or another people will join the dance followers. Like this in the honeybees also, one scouting bee will move in a pattern, round pattern. So the followers also move in a round pattern. Like we call it as a dance followers, dance following bees. So this is indicating that food is less than the 1 meter. So therefore, so they can go and collect. So how many number of dance, how many number of round they are doing this dance, performing the dance, is an indicator that amount of source. If it is 10 to 15, 20, 30 means the amount of food is very high. It's 1 or 2 means less. This is we call it as a round dance. Round dance. So this is only just rounding. There is no any information directing in which direction the source is there, from the hive or from the solar, right? So this is we call it as a round dance. Another dance is there, waggle dance. So waggle dance is when the food source is the greater than 2 meter, or sometimes it mentioned that greater than 50 meters away. This is maybe true. 50 meters is true, right? True. So they will do another dance, not the round dance. We call it as a waggle dance. The movement may be round, but in so they are waggle. The abdomen is, they are shaking while dancing like a hip dance, right? So like moving and dance, rounding. Abdomen waggling and wing fluttering, moving the wings and shaking the abdomen and moving. This is what call it as a waggle dance. This tail wagging dance is not only giving the information regarding the food source, but also in which direction, how much of amount, what is the quality. Everything precisely transferred to the foraging bees. The same. So dance bee first dance, scouting bee first started to dance. Dance following bees, so continue to interpret the information very precisely, right? Precisely. See, so this is a direction, 20 degree, right? So first it will move like this, wagging the tail, move like this, wagging the tail, move like this. So only moving, there is no shaking. In this moving here only shaking, right? So here only they are shaking. Here only, so they will shake like this. An indication that, so there some things are there. In which direction? is direction from the vertical. From the vertical, it is shaking in 20 degrees C. It indicates that the food source is there in the right hand side of the hive, from the solar to hive in 20 degrees. Right? In the 20 degrees. So from the next slide, you can easily find it. Right? So this number of waggles per run correlates with the distance of the food. Number of times it's waggling, it indicates that how many meters. More is far. Very small tempo. Tempo is slower. This means slow. Is closer. Right? Duration of the dance. How many times it is doing dance is better and longer food. Right? Better food. So other followers follow the dance for the audience. It means foragers to transfer the message to the foragers. This is giving that information. This is a scout bee. This is a dance follower. These people, they follow the dance, right? Dance follower. Here some other foraging bees, they will get the message. They will get the message. This is the direction I show you. So this is, the direction is very straightforward. This is a flower, food source. So sun is here, hive is here. So they will move direct pattern. Right? They will move in direct pattern. So here, shaking like here. So this is horizontal to the horizontal. This is, it's indicated that it is all in the straightforward direction. And food source is straight upward. Right? If the sheep waggles while facing the straight upward, then the food source may be found in the direct to the sun. If it is with tail, abdomen is wagging upward, it is indicating that food source is in the direct line. Very straightforward to the solar. Then hive. In between, there is a food. Right? So if it is waggling like that, the 60 degree to the horizontal, here, horizontal, it will move like this, shaking, coming back, shaking, coming back, shaking, like that. So to the horizontal, this is 60 degrees. It means, so the left of the food, this is a food source, solar is here, right? 60 degrees C. So if she waggles at the angle of 60 degrees to the left of the upward, moving left, moving left, moving left, it's indicating that food is this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction. Right? So this direction. So in 120, another distance, the food source is now here, sun is here. It will move like this, same day, another opposite direction, you see. Here, this direction, to the 60 degree. Here, so another direction, other way around, here, it is coming here, going back, coming here, going back, like opposite direction. So indicate that, so not 120, so 210, right? 210 degree, the food source is in this direction, left side, right? In this direction, food is there, 210. The dance waggling diggers right of the rope. While moving, it is moving like this, right? Moving and upward is there, so okay, it is 220, 210. It means total is 360, 210 degrees. See, food source is there, right? This is a waggling. And help to recruit to determine the direction in the darkness, even the high. Right? So dancers emit the sound if they are dancing in the early morning, very early morning, night before sun. They will make some sound, we call it as a kissing sounds like that. So to recruit the determination of the direction. Right? So you see how they are transferring the message by using this second dance, waggle dance. This is the whole together, right? Moving, so the food, sun is a direct, so moving in the direct right. Right? So this is, if it is an angle, it is moving like this. Here, it's an angle 60 degrees C. Okay, 60 degrees C. So the sun, food, hive. So it is here, hive, towards the hive, it is coming. And going towards the hive, it is coming. Here the hive is there, opposite, in the middle. So what it is doing? Towards the hive, it is moving. Here, towards the hive, it is moving. Here, hive, flower, sun. It is coming towards the hive. See, arrow is towards the hive. So this direction, it is giving a precise information. So you have to be very careful. So if the question asks like that, for how bees are effectively communicating, then you have to write for the chemical communication, the physical communication, what are the pheromones involved for the chemical communication, what are the different types of physical communications, right, direction and other things, all the pictures you have to draw it, advantages of compare both communications and everything you have to write the questions, right? So the waggle dance, the informations are direction, angle of waggle run, distance, number of times waggle per run, quality, duration of the dance. So these three information is passed to the waggle dance. Therefore, the waggle dance is a precise compared to the round dance and tail wagging dance, the sickle dance. So tail wagging or waggle dance is very important because it's giving direction, distance, quality, test and signal also. So dancer gives free samples, like the distributor giving the free sample to the purchaser, like that to attract. So round dance, nearby sources, detailed information is not provided. This is a comparison of which one is very effective, which communication, which type of dance, right? Another one is the sickle dance. I told you, if they are between 1 to 2 meter, so that's how they classified. Below 50 meter, it's round and sickle. Above 50 meter, waggle, some literature, right? So you can mention 3. If you are mentioning 2 in the 50 meter interval, so no problem, right? This is also giving an information of this. This is also giving the direction, right? This is a horizontal. If it is going like this, if it is turning, it is indicating the. So tail wagging, the sickle dance is here in a sickle way, like the sickle, no? Sickle. So cutting for paddy. So cutting the sickle shape. This we call as a sickle shape circuit. So the angle between line going through the middle of open end of the circle and center of the circle, gravitational line going through the center of the circle indicates the direction of the food. This opening should indicate if it is moving towards a hive, so indicates that where the food source is, right? So towards a hive in this direction, here that is direction, that is an indication of this food. So these are the physical communication of the honeybees. So the last section of this park apiculture is the bee enemies. So the apiculture, the facing problem. So due to various reasons, one such problem is due to enemies. Other problems are there. So because of this unavailability of the flowering plant, the lack of investment, lack of technical skills to the beekeepers. So the lack of market in Sri Lanka. So marketing problems because of the importation. Now it has changed, right? Government has banned to import of many products. So therefore they are boosting the agriculture. It's a very good indication, very good sign to develop the country. If anyone is giving importance to the agriculture, it means that that country is going to develop very quickly. So technology is just a mimic, right? It's a dream like this. So you have developed like this, but if something heterospheric happened, no food, starvation, without technology, nothing. One such example is North Korea, right? Technologically, they are here. Food, no. Now the economic embargo, there are food shortages. People are dying. Now that Korean leader is changing, right? Changing the pattern, right? He is also changing the things towards product, giving importance to the agriculture, giving importance to the agriculture. Therefore, so these are the, other than these enemies problem. right? Climatic conditions, so low investment, places are low, mass usage of these chemicals, therefore the bees are dying, right? So those are these not the enemy's problem. So these are the enemy's problems in the bee cult. So there are so many insects. They are stealing, like human beings stealing honey, no? So they are stealing different waxes, honeys, and also killing these insects, the honeybees. So one is the wax moth, greater wax moth, the Galeria melanilla. The great wax moth is a very big problem. The first one, Galeria melanilla, Archoria grisella is also the problem, but this great wax moth, Galeria is a very big problem in everywhere. Even Sri Lanka too, the Galeria is a very big problem. So what will happen? So the moths will lay the eggs, the hive door, right? Hive door, where you are artificially rearing door. So from the emerging larva is going there eating all these waxes, hives. Wasps are problems. Wasps, they are stealing the honey and also just sometimes they kill, like killing the honeybees, brood. Ants, they are eating the brood of the honeybees and just eating the honeys. Havoc moth, right? Havoc moth is stealing honey. So dragonfly, they are preying the honeybees and the broods. The spiders, some of the spiders are killing the bees. Scorpions killing the bees. Some of the mites are parasitites in the brood. I did ectoparasite and endoparasite. So because this is, if it is attacked at mite in the brood, all the young ones and the eggs will be died. So because of these mites. So these are the non-insect enemies. These are the insect enemies. These are the non-insect enemies. So birds are there. So birds and non-vertebrates. Lizards, these birds and rats and snakes and not squirrels. Bear, especially bear is a very big problem in the forest. So some of the beekeepers also being attacked by these bears, right? So why? So they like honey. That's how they are so abolishing these hives. They know how to smell the honey. So they're there and go there and pick lizards, also for squirrel, toads. So these are vertebrate. It's snakes also sometimes, snakes, right? So other than that one, so there are several diseases also. So there one is a colony collapse disorder, CCD, we call it as a very big problem. So this is due to the so many reasons, we call it as a colony collapse disorder. One is a viral diseases, American foul brood and European foul brood diseases, called foul brood diseases, milky diseases. Bacillus populi is causing the milky diseases in honeybees, foul brood diseases. Other than that, the noise and the pesticide uses, over application of the pesticide usage, right? So what has caused? So it has caused brain death of young ones of these insects. And also while they are losing its communication power and searching power. That's how they couldn't able to come back to their colony. Why? Because of these pesticides. It's nasty pesticides. So beneficial insects. So without bee, there is no any food, no any tomato. I told you, no any tomato, no any passion fruits, other fruits. But the people, they are applying chemical insecticides to kill the pests. They are killing the honeybees too. And a malnutrition. Sometimes food are shortage because nowadays their monocultures are going on, forest clearing the forest. So for the flowering plants are less. So therefore there are shortage of food, malnutrition. Then mites and viruses. If it is viruses attack, then they cannot come back to the colony. So they will lose its colony somewhere else. It will rotate and without knowing how to go their home, and they will die while they are going. Then intensive agriculture. Time to time, continuously, they are cultivating the same crops. There is no food and applying spray chemicals. So bees gone. So there are other more possibilities. These are commonly called as in the cities. Everywhere cities, these noises are disturbing the honeybees. That's how in Sri Lanka too, in up countries, the bees attacks time to time because You have intruded, you have developed that forage areas into cities. Every time you are lighting, flash lighting and spitting lighting. So it is disturb the colonies of the honeybees, especially the flicking lights, right? Flicking lights, what will happen? So it is attract the bees. That's also in night times also they cannot sleep. Bees rest. So you are creating the stress, right? Creating the stress. So that's the problem. So these are the pesticides for killing the mates and everything. So this is a malnutrition, everything, and monocropping, so source of unhealthy bees. So the mite attacks, biggest killer, right? Biggest killer. So this in and the intensive agriculture, I told you, continuous cultivation of this agriculture. So bees make so to the susceptible disease. So these are the problems of enemies. These are the enemies. The question asks, what are the biotic, the enemies of the honeybees? I mean, question asks means you have to write that. Enemies of honeybees mean insect, non-insect, insect, squirrel, and other things. What are the man-made activities disturb or detrimental to the honeybees mean? You have to write all these things. So intensive agriculture, pesticide over application, pesticide, urbanization, and all these things, right? So, and if you this, then the last part is the location of EPR. If you are going to be cultivate or rear it and honeybees, so in which location is best suited to rear the honeybees, and how you can select the place for the location to locate your apiary unit, right? This is a very crucial question. So because if you are selecting a place it's best suited for the honeybees, then you will get more yield and more profit, right? More yield and more profits, because the beekeepers, the farmers, there is no choice to selection of hive. Why? So in their small land, they have to rear it now. And also at the time they will cultivate, they will spray pesticides, damage. But if you are going to establish a commercial apiary unit, so the apiary unit should be located where the abundance of nectar and pollen yielding plant. Around the apiary unit, we have to plant the flowering plant all around the year of the flower in helianthera. All around the year it will flower in helianthera. So Japan roses. Right? Some of these roses are there under roses. Right? So this flower, this is continuously flower it and produce more amount of food. Sunhemp, sunflowers. Right? If you are cultivating those plants around 1 to 1.5 kilometer around the apiary unit, continuously it will flower it. So abundant source of pollen and nectar, then it will yield more amount of honey. Right? So the apiary unit should not expose to strong wind. This means you have to establish in a under shaded place. Under shaded places to prevent the wind movement. So bigger trees, glyceridia, right? Glyceridia. So entrance and the direction of prevailing the wind barriers, we have to establish the wind barriers. And good drainage facilities. The flooding areas mean flooding area. So if it is a flooded area, it indicates that the plant will not survive much. So they can. So clean and fresh running water is needed. Why? So bees are taking water here and there to make the building and other purposes, right? So they need a fresh, good source of water without any pesticide contaminations. For young orchard, if you are continuously cutting and pruning and giving the flesh flowers, and this is very ideal for honeybees. Right? So apiary should be away from the highways or urban side, because continuously light, splitting light, and other things, they are disturbing the honeybees. So then they will lose it, productivity. So it should be free from the pesticides and intruders. All these pest free. You have to give the pest free place, pest free environment for the honeybees to do their jobs. So if you are selecting a place and if you are giving this protection, your apiary your unit will give more profit to you, right? So if you want to establish apiary unit, these are the implement tools you need to buy it or you need to establish, but they are less cost. It's a costly. So investment, low investment, job based entrepreneur. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you can establish a beekeeper apiary unit. You can earn more money. High quality medicinal honey and waxes you can import and export it. So you need you will study these things for the bottom brood and brood chamber, super chamber, cover, roof, comb foundation sheet, dummy division board, the bee escaping board, drone trap, swarm trap, and queen extruder, queen guard, smoke extractor, decapping knife. These are the equipments, tools, very important when you are establishing the hive. So in the practical class, we will cover up what the function of each and everything, right? Each other, everything, so beekeeping appliances. But these appliances are important, right? Very, very important. So you should always remember this one, the what are needed for that brood board, bottom board, brood chamber, super chamber, cover, roof, and all these things is very important for you. Son, what's now we have studied the honeybees, apiculture, what are needed for the apiculture, communication, information, caste system, important, everything you have studied. So what you should follow now from onwards? So plant plants, flowers in your garden to attract the bees. Without bees, any other organisms cannot survive because there is no any variation of food. So your garden should be bee friendly. Avoid insecticides, please. So don't kill the honeybees. Honeybees are important. What they are doing in upper countries, if the bee is attacked, then they are killing these honeybee hives. So lost. Honeybees is lost. So donate money if you are happy to be researchers or be protectors, be rearers. Raise awareness among the students and the farmers, importance of the honeybees. What is the importance? What you can get the benefit from the honeybees? If what's a detrimental effect if you are killing the honeybees? So, and become a beekeeper everywhere. So in your home, you try to build up a hive. So this is a message from these studies, right? So this is the end of the section. If you want to ask any questions, please you can ask any questions if you want. Anybody want to ask any questions?